to get things over with and go to school so that you can get the school day over with and come back home and relax. Most feasible thing for us college kids to do because, well, we all want to save on gas. We're all broke. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be preparing for the upcoming college semester. So the spring 2020 semester is coming up for me, and thankfully for me, this is my last semester of college, and I am totally not looking forward to waking up at 5:30 and being in class by 8:30. So we're going to try to do some things to make this semester less crappy, and we're gonna prepare for it. So we're gonna be covering everything from a physical glow up, emotional glow up, a mental glow up. We're gonna be talking about food and how to prepare for classes. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is the physical. So everyone's talking about glowing up for the year 2020. 2020, new decade, new year, new me. I mean, sure, but I just want to preface this by saying that you are beautiful just the way you are, and my tips for this video is just going to enhance your natural beauty. So just keep being you, you're already beautiful. So the first topic that we're going to talk about in this glow up physically is hair. This is like the easiest thing to change. Essentially, when you want to glow up or change up your look, you don't want to do anything dramatic like, I don't know, cut your hair into a bob. Just go for a trim. You know, if you like your hair already the way that it is, just go out for a trim, chop those dead ends off. We are not bringing dead ends into 2020, or at least into the new school semester. Obviously, I got a haircut because my bangs are how they're supposed to be and they're not long and in your face. I suggest trimming your hair at least a week in advance so that when you go into the new semester, it looks more worn in, you look more yourself, and yeah. So the next topic in this physical glow up is skincare. So I know this is really cliche, but really drink your water and stay hydrated. Your skin looks a lot more supple and bouncy when you have drank enough water. The second point of the skincare is do some face masks if you feel that it's necessary. For example, look at your skin and decide, okay, do I need hydrating today? Do I need moisturizing? Do I need brightening? Do I need something to calm my face because I have so many breakouts? Now, sheet masks aren't the most sustainable, but I'm still trying to use up all of the sheet masks that I was gifted and all of the sheet masks that, you know, I bought before my realization that they're not sustainable. I don't know why I didn't realize that in the first place, but we all have our journeys. But if we're looking for a more sustainable mask, I really like the Aztec Indian healing clay that comes in this big tube, and I still haven't like made a dent in it. I still have a lot of it, and I use that weekly. Or if you don't want to buy that, and if you can't find that, I also suggest going to Lush and trying their mask of Magnum tea or any of their masks that come into the black pot. My third point in the skincare part is just do your regular old routine if it's working for you. Make sure that you're moisturized, make sure that you're hydrated, because that's the most important part in the skin, is to keep the hydration so you don't look dry and flaky, especially since it's still the winter months. Winter ends, I believe, in February. So yeah, just please keep hydrated, keep your skin moisturized. Okay, now that skincare is out of the way, if you like to wear makeup, I really suggest that you find a routine that works for you. For example, I personally don't wear a lot of makeup to school, or any. I usually just wear sunscreen and call it a day and just rush out the door. But on the days that I actually do feel like wearing makeup, I have a go-to routine that's really simple and easy for me, and it barely takes me any time. So I really suggest that you come up with a routine that works for you and that's really easy so that you can just rush out the door, because I know that if you're a student, you're usually just wanting to get things over with and go to school so that you can get the school day over with and come back home and relax. My makeup routine is actually just a blush, a highlighter, a mascara, a lip tint, and a lip gloss, and I'm out the door. Okay, this is the first time I'm doing makeup on camera without a mirror, so if I look like a clown, please excuse that. So I first take this Milk makeup and I kind of just swipe it on my face. I'm gonna use my phone to be a mirror, okay? I just kind of blend it out. Yeah, okay. And then I take the Milk Makeup highlighter in Lit. And I also swipe that on the high points of my cheeks. I blend that out. Actually also put a little bit of blush on my nose just to like do that whole little sun-kissed look. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the face. And then I grab a mascara. This one is the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Mascara. I still haven't used all of my makeup up, so I'm using all of this wasteful product first before I look for a more sustainable brand. I usually curl them, but I don't have my curler right now. I slap on the Sustain Yourself Tinted Lip Balm as like my lip color. A Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. And that's pretty much my makeup routine. The great thing about this makeup routine is it fits in my bag that I take to school with all of like essential toiletries and stuff. Actually, if I do have a little breakout here and there, especially when it's that time of month personally, I always put on some concealer, but I don't have a breakout right now, thank God. Tip for this glow up, this physical glow up, is to plan out your outfits. I'm not trying to tell you to plan it out every single day unless that's what you want to do. I'm saying on the days that you don't want to care, or the days that you just don't give a damn to put an outfit together, create outfits that you think you look cute and are comfy, and wear those. Those are like kind of emergency outfits. You need some inspiration. I did a thrifted college lookbook video, so I will link it up here. And yeah, moving on to the mental glow up. So my tips for the mental glow up kind of tie in with the skincare, or at least the first one does. My first tip for a mental glow up is to get enough sleep. I would suggest to set a sleep schedule a week in advance to the new semester so that you know how much time you need for your nighttime routine, how many hours of sleep you need, and then how many hours that you need to do your morning routine. My second tip for a mental glow up is to figure out your goals and fix things that you think you did wrong the previous semester. For example, if you don't think that you had enough study time last semester, you can make actionable steps to change it and to achieve your goals. If you bullet journal, I recommend to put it in your bullet journal so every time you flip the pages, you can see what your goals are and how you're going to achieve them. Okay, now we're going to talk about how to be prepared for your classes. The first tip ties in with the mental organization part of this video, but the first tip is to plan your semester out. Now, this is my bullet journal, which you might have seen in my Zero Waste College Backpack video. If you haven't seen it, I will put it up here. So the first thing that I do is I write out my master syllabus. I'll show you my old master syllabus from last semester so that just in case for safety, you know. So this is my old master syllabus. So it's essentially what bullet journalers call a future log for the next 4 months. And I wrote down like when finals were gonna be, and when I had certain events for club days, and when I had exams for certain classes. So you don't have to keep printing out your professor's syllabi. So when the professor posts the syllabus, you can scan the syllabus for exam dates and final exams and write them in your master syllabus and label them by class. Another good spread to have is the assignments tracker. My old assignments tracker for October of 2019, so I would write like, it's kind of like a monthly log, but I separated it by classes. So I'd have like all of my different classes, and then they would each have a column for what assignments were due. Now I take my notes on an iPad with my Apple Pencil, but if you can't afford an iPad, which a lot of us can't, I was lucky enough to have this given to me by my parents. But if you don't have an iPad or you can't afford an iPad and you're still the type to take notes like physically, like hand write your notes, I suggest a decomposition book. This is made of 100% post-consumer waste paper. The lines on the paper are soy ink based, so when you compost this notebook, everything just goes back to the soil, essentially. Transportation is something that college students need because a lot of us don't live close to our campus. If you're fortunate enough to live close to the campus, I would suggest you possibly walk or bike. That is the least carbon emissions that you can possibly produce because, well, you're not producing anything. You don't live close to campus and your public transit system is good, I suggest possibly taking the public transit to school. If you absolutely do not want to take public transit, you don't live close to your school, I suggest that you carpool with somebody that lives near you, that goes to the same school, because carpooling is the most feasible thing for us college kids to do because, well, we all want to save on gas. We're all broke. Who has the money to pay for gas, to be honest? Gas prices are so high and they're so bad for the environment, so. Okay, so the last section that we're going to talk about is food. This is the section that us college kids use the most because, well, we're very hungry and we're very broke. And a lot of the food that we can afford comes in plastic packaging. And you know what? The food that comes in plastic packaging is convenient, and we need to find different ways to combat that. Schools should take responsibility for providing healthier and cheaper options that don't have plastic waste for college students to consume so that we can stay on our A game. But here are some tips anyway, just in case that your school doesn't provide that. So for the first meal, breakfast. Find something that you like that's really easy to make that is pretty cheap. For example, there's oatmeal. I know a lot of people don't like oatmeal, but let's face it, that's the cheapest thing that we have. And if you're vegan, that's also vegan. You know, you can put berries, you can put apples, you can put peanut butter in your oatmeal. It'll taste great. It's really nutritious. And you can put it in a mason jar and take it to go. It's as little work as you can possibly do, and it's pretty convenient if you just prep the night before. Not vegan, a really easy thing that you can prep that you can also compost are hard-boiled eggs. If you're really in a pinch, it takes 10 minutes to boil, and while you're boiling it for 10 minutes, you can do your entire routine, or at least I can do my entire routine in 10 minutes and the egg will be done. And you can also compost the eggshells once you're like finished eating the egg. Your school has a Subway. Subway is the healthiest and the easiest place to get a plastic-free lunch. The sandwich and the paper that they give you, don't ask for the bag. Get the sandwich and you have your own little snacks on the side. That's pretty healthy and that's pretty plastic free. Now if you have the time, you can always just pack your own lunch and that'll be in reusables and you won't have to waste anything. Live in the dorms and you eat at the dining hall, eat at the dining hall for here and like eat as much as you want. Sneak in your backpack or your purse or something and have your little collapsible Tupperware, and like if you have leftovers from your for here plate, put it in the collapsible Tupperware and take it back to your dorm. If you don't live on campus and you live somewhere else or you live at home with your parents, I suggest not eating out because that's a lot of plastic that we don't need in the landfill. Honestly, just eat at home. You know our parents' old saying, you have food at home. You have food at home. So do your best to eat at home and eat what you have so that you don't make food waste and you don't make plastic waste. Okay guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed preparing for college with me. I hope this was helpful for any of you who are going back to college, who want to be more sustainable. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!